Pag-aralan ng wasto, panatiling sariwang hangin.
Ano ang duty and responsibility ng isang accredited PCO? Tayo ay nasa item number 2, pangalawang duties and responsibilities of accredited PCO. I read and I quote item number 2, identify significant environmental aspects and impacts of the establishment's operational activities and recommend possible mitigating measures in the formulation or preparation and or review of the environmental management plan and contingency plan. So nakikita natin dito sa item number 2, ang isang accredited PCO ay patuloy ang nagkakandak ng inspection. Technically, yung term ay identification of environmental aspects. Pagka pinuntahan natin ang section 4, meron tayo ditong definition ng environmental aspect, the elements of an organization's activities or products or services that can interact with the environment. So halimbawa, meron tayong flushing of toilet. Itong activity na ito, tinatawag natin na environmental aspect. Paano ito makakapag-interact sa environment? When we flush our toilet, yung ating wastewater, pwedeng mapunta ito sa ating mga water bodies. Sa ating mga overflow, yung ating mga effluent, pwedeng makarating ito sa ating katubigan. So yung activity, simple activity na ito na pwedeng mag-cause ng change to the environment, whether adverse or beneficial, wholly or partially resulting from an organizational environmental aspect called environmental impact. So kapag meron tayong activity, product or services called environmental aspect, maaari itong cause ng environmental impact at sinasabi dito whether adverse or beneficial. So sa isang accredited PCO dito sa section 10, kailangan mong i-identify ang mga activities na yan, yung mga products na yan, yung mga services na yan, at kung paano yan magkakaroon ng interaction sa land, air, and water. In short, paano magkukos ng impact. Ang impact lang naman natin na pwede nating generally tingnan, yung impact sa water, so water pollution, impact sa hangin, air pollution, impact sa lupa, land pollution, even yung noise. So we need to identify these activities, products, or services and its impact to the environment. At tingnan kung ano ang pwedeng mitigating measures, paano ang paraan para makontrol yung impact na yon. Either we eliminate the impact or at least we minimize the impact. We reduce the impact. At para maging ah, basihan ng isang PCO at yung mga organisasyon, ibang mga opisina o yung possible na papalit sa PCO, dapat meron tayong environmental management plan at contingency plan. Basic naman ito sa compliance ng isang company na magkaroon ng environmental management plan and contingency plan. So yung mga na-identify na activities and its potential or actual impact, dapat na i-recommend na ng mga mitigating measures at nakasulat yan dyan sa environmental management plan and contingency plan. At anumang hindi na-identify in the future, dahil hindi naman lahat nakikita agad, pwedeng ma-update, ma-review ang current plan and then ma-update ito para patuloy ang compliance ng company sa requirements ng major environmental laws. Laging babalik tayo sa item number 1 to ensure compliance with the requirements of major environmental laws. So item number 2 is to identify aspects and impacts and recommend mitigating measures. And dapat nagre-reflect ito sa environmental management plan and contingency plan.